sir.
All right, we are live, and PNC Show 104 is now live. When your co-host Midlife Mike, we got Curtis, and we got our guest today, Reg. And as you guys can see at the bottom of the screen, we got our first topic up. Sorry for being so late. Had a lot of technical difficulties, so we're going to get started with that first one. But actually, before we get started, I got a couple of sponsors we want to shoot out. Kurt, you want to shoot out the first sponsor?
Our first sponsor is Carnivorous Canine, coming this spring. Premium raw dog food, uh, fresh, local made, black owned, right out of Toledo.
All right, and also the sponsor that's coming soon. The reason why you guys see me and we so late, we was gonna be shooting from the studio at the Ant Mound Foundation, which is also one of our sponsors. But we had some technical difficulties. That's why we're so late now. And so I had to come on back home. As you can see, my luxurious background. And so yeah, so that's also going to be one of my sponsors coming up. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it right now. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. Like I said, we got Kurt, we got Reg, we got myself. Today's first topic: sports. Are they soft or not?
I
Who want to take it on?
so first of all, to anybody that's listening, we want to clarify when we speak on today's sports versus old school. So basically, old school is everything from the 70s up to 2010. 2010 and on is the new school of sports. I'm glad you got you on here, Reg.
Right.
Because I want it now. You tell me right now why you got your arms crossed when I made that statement. Let's hear it.
I'm listening to you, and I'm just listening to you, like, put a time frame on what old school is, which I have no problem. That's usually the criteria. But I think, somebody could be playing now, but their game can translate. But we're not at there yet. So just go ahead.
Well, yeah, because we're not talking about that, like as far as players who can play in any era. We're talking
Right.
about schools. We're talking about everything, the way the games are. If it's just basketball, football, this is, maybe you don't agree with the quarterback, the way they treat the quarterback these days. Maybe too soft, like you can't hit him high, you can't hit him low. If you tackle him, you gotta jump off of him and land on him. Today's sports, like I said, you throw an extra elbow, that's a flagrant one.
Right.
You could throw a two-piece and just get a technical. Is that good? Is that bad? Is that,
I mean, it depends on your perspective. I mean, me personally,
hold on.
I would say it's just the game, because if you look at what happened and why it happened, say in football, the game changed, like you said. They, for lack of a better term, they may have gotten softer, but you look at the Brady rule, that helped make it softer. The concussion thing, the movie, that helped change it. So, I mean, I think they had to change the rules. Did it change the mentality of the players? Probably. I mean, I think it'll balance out over time, but we'll see, though, right?
Right. Okay, so Pete, what would be your time frame then? I'm gonna say we're gonna start at the 70s because hell, we don't want to go no further back than that. But where would you stop there? If it's not 2010, what year?
I mean, that was cool. I was cool with the time frame that you put there, because I was just seeing like the arguments and people talking about people at different times. And sometimes if you didn't see those players play, it's hard to say who is this and who is that. Seeing two generations, 4 decades of player, like you said, yeah, that's good enough for me.
Mm-hmm. But for somebody that's 25, he ain't never seen nothing different.
Yeah, and sometimes I think that's where they fall off at, not being able to put that in perspective when we talking sports and goats. and softness.
Right. So we can touch back on that part. So basically, hey Mike. So as far as the rule, not the rule, but as far as old school versus new school, you cool? Mm-hmm. You think 10? Like I said, we can put this. Like I said, anybody listening, if you got a comment, you want to tell us what year you think it should start, go ahead. But right now, we just 2010 to say, hey, that's a good time frame to say, yeah, that's about when things started changing, like the rules really got egregious and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So my take is, so like how we was talking about me and Kurt was like off camera, a little bit way earlier today, that movie with Will Smith, when they did the whole CTE. So I would say that was 2013?
15.
Oh yeah, CTE movie, right.
So I would say that Kurt's right on. So about 2010, because give it time to get into the ethos, give it time to actually make that movie. So I would say trail it back 3-5 years. That's where they were starting to realize, we gotta soften it up, because after you soften it up and then you come out with the movie, the changes started to happen. They started having them big soft pushing practice helmets, it was just, and we didn't know what it's gonna look like. I mean, we all knew we wanted to be safer. No one wanted to like shoot themselves, because like you had the Dave Duras and things. So you didn't know it was going to be as soft as it got, because they was trying to really stop people's brains from being Swiss cheese. So I don't try to say that they try to make it soft, but they tried to make it safer so much that it hurts soft. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Has it affected the game though? I would say it's been a big change for us, and a lot of things has contributed to that. It means that definitely the players' mentality has gotten softer, or for lack of better terms, because you hear them talking about they're retiring much earlier than, they were like, after the CTE thing, Tiki Barber, remember he left early? He was like, yeah, I'm done. And then he went behind the camera. So a lot of players started leaving early. And so, yeah, it changed the game for sure.
Hey, so keep this though. You think cats will be leaving earlier if their bag wasn't so big?
That's a good question. That's a good one.
Hey, you stumped me right there. I mean,
yeah, that's a good question.
Would they leave earlier if they was getting like 80s money? If they was getting Bird Magic money?
Exactly.
Right. Cats, and the reason why they stayed playing till they was broke down is because I only made his best year was $1 million, because they went to the Super Bowl and got all the bonuses. Because you think about that, them cats wasn't getting stupid millions of dollars just 20 years ago.
Right.
Years ago, a running back wasn't getting $10 million a year.
Yeah. I mean, that's another topic too for conversation, but I think it has changed their mentality, and it definitely changed the game a lot as far as what we're used to seeing. I mean, we used to wake up just to make sure we saw the hit, like the hit Ray Lewis used to lay on people and things like that, or in the basketball game, what Michael Jordan went through, to get to his championships, and then people say, the GOAT. Man, he earned that title, but go ahead.
Hey,
I would say, like you said, but hold on 1 second. I would say, like you said, the Ronnie Lott hit. When he said hits, I realized, like, okay, back when I was like a teenager, I mean, you watch football for the spectacular plays, but you also watch them for the brutalizing hits. I mean, Ronnie Lott lay him on them. So I would say that we got, not just so everybody's right, and I think this is another caveat, that our world got softer. It's like we
that's a good take too.
We had, well, I don't know, like anything, I would say 35 and up, we still the same. But 30 and down, 35 and down, they don't have the same, I want to say bloodlust. They don't want to go hard. Like nothing's hard. School, everything, So nothing's harder. Like you said, money. So it's easier to get the money. It's easier to, man. So it's just a whole new flip of a world. So when a real hit happens, they don't cheer like that. They want to see more offense. They want to see. I remember when they was like implementing stuff so that scores can run up because they were tired of like 7-3 scores and
Right.
3-0.
Hey, I don't want me to cut you off. Put a pin on that because that's going to be on our next topic with the casual fan.
Okay.
But let me ask y'all another question. So I think the CTEs and a lot of this stuff all started from ESPN. People what I'm saying. So remember when ESPN wasn't 24/7 and all they had was like the top 5 plays of the week or whatever. Most of them shits was Ronnie Lott hit, Steve Atwater crushing somebody across the middle, blah, blah, blah. So cats stopped playing for tackles and they started playing
the hits.
They started playing for the big hits because the big hits was getting attention and you were seeing big hits on top 5 night.
Because you be like, you see that hit?
Right. So instead of dudes coming up and tackling the right way and every now and again, bow, they start tackling wrong. They start just throwing heads down, shoulders, just lean, whatever. And that all brought up the CTE shit. Because now instead of trying to make a tackle, you trying to make the super hit. On top of that, you had real niggas making them hits. Now you're off niggas. They running up all hard, but then they doing this shit at the end, or they doing whatever, and they getting their heads knocked off. So the CTE came more out of niggas being soft because they didn't want to hit the right way, because hitting the right way hurts sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Everybody remember if anybody played football, yeah.
You don't want to form tackle. What's that big nigga from the Titans? You don't want to King Henry.
Derrick Henry, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You're going to make the tackle. It's not going to be sweet, but he going to go down because you did it the right way. He going to fall over you.
And look, and how many times a game can you do that without breaking something? If he come to your hole like 4 times like that, yeah, you going to give sooner or later.
But the thing is, what motherfuckers don't understand is if you form tackle the right way, you might lose, but you're not going to get hurt.
Right. Okay.
See, motherfuckers don't even want to lose. Hurt is down the road. They don't want to lose. They don't want to be the cat on a poster. They don't want to be the cat on ESPN either. They don't want to be the cat on Madden that's got the shaky leg.
Right.
So they'd rather avoid it or let it run past, trying ankle tackling, or that's why them cats be getting stiff arm and punk because they're trying to go up high and wrestling down. You can't wrestle that nigga down. Or you can't wrestle, let alone Henry. You can't wrestle.
Yeah, I mean,
that
was like Barry Sanders. I remember somebody was doing a highlight, and Barry Sanders was known to knock people out with his knees, like knock them out, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to and once you got not say knocked out, once you got hit by Barry's knees or by Walter's knees, and you think twice, you know, you think twice about form. You try to go to the side.
But my point is this. Usually when you got hit by Barry's knee was because you did this shit.
Mm-hmm. Right.
See, now you're doing this. When you get hit here and here, it's a different ball game. So
you out.
If you got your eyes up, then you, like I said, this and this is going to trip up the average and even the above average cat. Even if you don't blow on him, you're going to twist up his ankles, his knee, he going to fall 9 times out of 10 if you do it right. But that shit nuts. It takes nuts to run hit that nigga. Like you said, and don't nobody want to get shook out their socks. So, man, because hell, I'm a Pittsburgh fan. Dog, how many times did they let them cats score from Buffalo off missed tackles, trying to tackle Josh Allen up high? And he's stiff arming your goofy ass.
Yeah.
So is it smart or is it soft?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's
Or
something
both?
like it's because you always have a business decision. And in football, you always supposed to make that decision. Period. You get trucked for it. Sometimes you get trucked. It's just like nowadays, niggas don't want to go up for a shot block. They don't want to get dunked on. Well,
Right.
you can't lead the league in blocks without getting dunked on a couple times.
Right.
So it's soft.
So
That's
your
soft.
best is your best is to have the attitude to contest the shot all the time.
Every time.
Because like what you're saying is, if you don't want to with the attempt you're trying to do, and you're thinking about, I don't want to get embarrassed, then that's softness. Because just think about people that used to get embarrassed all the time and whatever, because they went every time hard trying to get at the guy, whether it's tackling, whether it's blocking. So I would surmise from what we're saying is it's a softness that entered in, because if you're thinking about embarrassment, that's a level of softness. You're supposed to be in the game.
Right.
Dog, look at Patrick Ewing. Don't nobody want to be Patrick Ewing because you know he was a monster.
He was a monster. Hey, he got on way more times than he even got laid out. We all see the highlights. See, you right. The kids see them highlights of Scottie Pippen standing, walking over him or stuff like that. But how many times when he was in there, and that time he was in there that time to get knocked down. So yeah, that's softness. Yeah.
So it's just it's a difference just being soft ass and just But a lot of them cats try to explain it is like in an intelligent way. No, use just soft.
Right. You got to show losses. You got to be like, hey, I blocked 10. Well, if I block 5 shots, but then somebody in this era say, but man, because I was trolling. But that third time, it's like, but bro, I got 5 good blocks, and you gonna talk about the one time Scotty laid me out or laid me down? So,
I got
something.
I got something. You tell me if this soft or not. I mean, cause old school between the 70s and 2010, softness. I mean, if you a superstar on that team or you're a superstar in the league, you're not about to go get traded or go to another team to bring 4 or 5 other superstars with you to win the championship. Is that soft or what?
That's pillowy. That's marshmallow.
You think that's soft?
Yeah, I mean, because you're too calculated. I mean, well, it's a level of softness. It's like this whole era is too much cerebral when the game of sports was supposed to be leave it all out on the field, leave it out on the court.
Exactly. And it's just, and I think that's why people, I mean, it's either you like the Yankees or you didn't, because they always had the best team all the time. And then, like, when you see that gritty team that play hard and win, it's like, yeah, they won, because they played hard as a team, But now you're soft. You going to a superstar team already made. Just add me to.
I mean, look at Detroit, the one with Rip and Ben Wallace. They made them cry. They made Kobe cry. I mean, Kobe couldn't maintain crying because he was like, okay, we tried like them, but he knew we wasn't like Kobe gritty, but he knew Shaq was included while he was crying. That it was like we got soft, and these cats exposed it. I mean, these bunch of no names and Rip exposed it. Grit and heart.
That's what it was back in the day. The teams who had that squad and they built it, they made you cry. Go through them, And Michael Jordan had to cry.
Right.
Think about this though. We grew up at the playground.
Right.
So when I was a shorty, when I first moved we moved to our second house right by the park. So I was 8.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get on the big court when big niggas was around for a few years.
Yeah, it was a system, wasn't it?
You had to work you had to go.
You had to earn your way.
And then eventually you got on the big court, and then it was like, bro, you got to hoop, you got to play D, because you don't want to not get back on. Because back in the day, though, you lose, you're 4-5 games down. So these cats didn't never have to go through So if you didn't grow up like that, like man, everything, you put that work in. It's just like, yeah, you show up, put your name on the list, y'all hoop, whatever. It's like, nah, bro, you hoop with whoever there, and you got to make that shit work. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, yeah. I mean, it was always the cats that was like, I'm gonna wait, and I'm only gonna pick up him, and then I'm gonna wait another. I'm gonna wait and cherry pick your squad so you can stay on the court all day. Everybody hated them niggas.
Nah, but you know what though? That's what sports has moved to, even all the way down to just the kids. A lot of kids, they assemble the greatest teams, the best teams. And like AAU, I mean, they got a hierarchy in that also. I mean, I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm just saying it trickled all the way down.
Yeah, because they taking it out where if you a C player, you don't ever get to play with the A's, so you don't ever get to figure out what you got to do. So the Jimmy Butlers of the world and the D Wades of the world, they eliminating them because them the cats that was like, okay, I ain't bloom as quick as them niggas. I'm on the regular. I'm gonna be sweet at 23. These niggas sweet at 16. But if you don't get to play with them niggas, then you just end up being mediocre. And there'll be some other, highfalutin ass niggas that come along. But like we have to grind with everybody.
So yeah, I would probably say that the organizing of it and it trickling all the way down, like becoming more of a business like that has forced like rule changes and has forced the game to change probably to be softer than what we know it for sure. I would say yeah. Because of rule changes and it becoming more of a business,
Yeah, so it became a business. That fucked everything up. For real. That business, making it a business is just, that messed everything up. So, let's go right into our.
So I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
Oh my bad. So I'm gonna y'all can still talking, but I'm gonna transition to the next topic. Sure. Y'all can keep on that, and then you can see that at the bottom of the screen.
Right.
Yeah. So okay. I was just like, hey, that'll all go to like the casual fan too, and I think that's also making the game soft. Cause look, the casual fan is why they don't want it to be as violent. They don't want. Well, after the Malice in the Palace, that changed all the NBA shit.
Yeah.
It was like, well, we can't have niggas fighting fans and shit because, women, all the like I said, all the casual motherfuckers not gonna come. Because I don't know no regular hooper motherfuckers that was like, well, I ain't gonna watch basketball now that they had that fight. They were like, I'm watching every game.
Right. I don't. What do you mean by casual fan? Like what?
So like, okay, so people, remember back in the day, we didn't do all these extra interviews in between halftime, at the end of the quarter, before the game. It was motherfuckers came, they played. John Madden gave you all the script. After the game, you might get a good interview out of one or two motherfuckers. That was it. As we came along and they tried to get more people involved, it was like, well, they got to know players better. These people they not real sports people. So they're not actually following all the cats. So you got to, we got to have better media coverage. Now we got to have an extra interview. Now we went from that to, like, you interviewing managers in the dugout during the seventh inning. You interviewing cats at halftime when they're supposed to be going in to strategize.
Right. But he got to think about what to say to explain to you, and then.
And you wonder why you dumbass answers. Because, hey, coach, you're down 14. Your defense really seems to be sucking. What do you think you're going to do? What the fuck? Hey, well, we're going to try and not suck in the second half, motherfucker. Beat it so I can go talk to the people I need to be talking to. But all that casual interaction, that got more fans involved, which led to the fantasy thing, which we'll touch on, and the gambling and all the other stuff. But the more you add the casual fan, like I said, you take out the grit, because it's like for instance, the first time your girl sees somebody when your girl first started watching football with you back in the day, and they're like, this is violent. So you know what? Let's take out a little bit of violence because now we can get more women watching. because women gonna buy jerseys for dudes, and women gonna do this. And hey, if they decide to start getting some, becoming a fan, women make great fans, So let's get them involved. Let's get the kids involved more. Hey, it's gonna.
Then we gonna have a breast cancer day. Then we gonna have a pink jersey day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're gonna show Taylor Swift punk ass up in the booth.
Then we're gonna get a swimming pool in our stadium where y'all can play in the swimming pool while we play.
Right. Look at baseball. Now baseball,
it's a whole amusement park now, right?
Right. They made some good changes in baseball to make it more fan friendly. That's different. Baseball was, unless you really like baseball was ass. Because it was extra. It was boring. It was like, come on, bro, speed this shit up. And now it's cool. But like I said, the football, basketball with the no hand checking. Why? So we can see more 100 and some point games.
Yep.
Just can't do all these other things, so we can get more points.
Yeah.
You can't put your hands on the receiver past 5 yards because then it's gonna be woo woo.
You can't hit the quarterback, roughing the passer.
Right. We gotta,
you can't fall by his legs.
Nobody wants to watch a 10-10 ball game no more, even if it's a good ass football game. Nobody wants to see it.
The unnecessary roughness call is one that throws me sometimes. He's like, man, I'm trying to tackle this cat, It's like you tackled him too. No, you tackled him too hard, though. That's pretty much what they're saying. You tackled him too hard, huh?
This is of a corporate company making rules without ever talking to the people in the field. Like,
well, it changed the game.
You explain to me how I'm gonna take my 285 pound, 4, 5, 6 running ass, fight through 2 niggas, hit a 200 some pound quarterback, get him to the ground, and then all of a sudden
stop on a dime.
Shift my body weight to make sure that I don't injure him in a violent sport.
And not injure myself.
And thank you. Now, if you injure yourself, trying not to injure him, that's okay. Fuck you. Long as you don't hurt Pretty Boy or whoever it is. Come on, bro.
Pretty much.
And think about that. Only somebody that's not involved in the team is going to blatantly say, hey,
I would sue. If I was alive and that happened to me, I would sue.
Bro, you're not worth enough for us to care about. That's what they're telling you. Only somebody in a corporate environment would do some shit like that.
That's actually a great counter to that rule. I never thought of it like that until just now. You have a possibility of hurting yourself greater because you're trying to avoid a natural fall.
Exactly. On top of somebody that's yeah, bro. That doesn't make any sense. And think about in basketball. A flagrant foul. Think about the term flagrant. There's nothing flagrant about a lot of these fouls at all. There's nothing intentional. There's nothing. There's no malice intended. It's man. I did like this and I accidentally caught him across the chin. Flagrant 1. What?
But is it because though you had people who told the line a lot during the 70s? They told the line for sure. I mean, all our brawls, bro. Speaking of that, hockey, they still.
Huh? It was like, this is sports. Fuck it. I mean, Dr. J and Larry Bird, Danny Ainge and was it Tree Rollins and whatever. Them cats fought in the middle of the game. They said, all right, y'all done? All right, let's hoop. And they hoop.
I don't understand why you can have you. I don't understand why you would. Like hockey, they let them go because checking is a part of the game. You got to hit them. So they let them go to a certain degree, before they break them up and give them a penalty, But in football, they don't. Well, I guess they let them go to a certain degree, huh?
Hey, y'all, I'm still here, guys.
I can't hear you at all.
Unless it's just blatant.
No.
You get a hand slap in before they kick you out. You gotta really be fighting. Like when D-Hop and no, not D-Hop.
I guess the fans are like that in hockey though. They like it. They want it.
They're not taking it out. But hockey make as much money as the NBA and NFL either. See?
And you think exactly that's, and you probably don't have as many casual fans as hockey fans either. It all makes sense now, right?
A hockey fan, you a hockey fan. Like, don't get me wrong. If you
I like hockey, but
I mean, like I said, because of the way they market it, they gonna get a few more casuals. They fan base is their fan base. Even the women that like hockey for the way it is.
I like a nice physical hockey game with some speed and finesse.
Right. They fans not looking to change. That's what I'm saying. The casual fans in baseball, basketball, football, the three major sports in North America, all went to marketing like, hey, we want to bring in women, children, make it a family atmosphere, make the bathrooms nicer so more women want to come in.
Like I said, put jacuzzis and hot tubs like in Dallas, the Cowboys.
Right. They want to make it a fan experience because they don't care nothing about
I think the Houston Astros got like a slide or something in their outfield, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got like a slide or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's all, like I said, it's all set up because, like you said, that take us right to what we was talking about the other day, Reg, the fantasy game. All this stuff was set up to pave the way for fantasy. And fantasy was just there set up to pave the way for gambling. So all of that, so that cats in the fantasy league can be like, yeah, my cat got me more points because, he threw for 400 yards. Because, you can't touch his ass. Whatever. That roughing the penalty call saved him on third down, so he threw an extra 60 yards just on that drive.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% because I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Before the season started, I was like a month before the season started. That's when I started like focusing up on studying for my fantasy teams. And like a ritual I go through every week, a certain ritual things I look for, and I put it into my lineup next, And since I won the championship in week 16 or 17, I didn't see any playoffs. I just realized who's going to be there. The final team in the Super Bowl is picked tomorrow, right? So, yeah, it is. It changed the game for sure because I just been tired, from watching it. But I'll come back during the Super Bowl, though. But I haven't been watching up close, me personally.
Now, what I would say to all of that, like you said, the cordial casual fan, yes. And just like what Red said, what it did to the diehard, or what it did to I don't want to say a real fan, but what it did to a steady fan was, I'll just wait for the exciting stuff and that fluff that put in that I don't, like you said, I don't want to see the slide cam if I'm watching the baseball game. I don't want to see, like I said, a hot tub in the bleachers and just stuff that's not appealing, especially if you hear for the game when it was football and basketball was like 90 to 80. You didn't care that it had to be more. You love defense. So it told the real fan to say, I'll just wait till it gets more intense. Because it's going to get intense when it's the playoffs, when it's a Super Bowl or the finals. So they made more money, like I said, the hand check and all of that. So they didn't care about us, the real fans. They cared about bringing 50,000 more per stadium.
Bringing more fans, selling them more stuff.
Right, more. They didn't care about
for more ticket price.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I don't know if this.
I was gonna say, but Andy knew we was gonna say. The one thing about a diehard fan, it's like we was gonna say because we like sports. Now we may not watch every game like we used to. If you would watch a basketball, you watch all 82 games, whatever. Yeah, you watch 40 now because you can't really stomach the stuff they do. But you're going to show up for the playoffs, and they didn't really care about us because they said, we lost you, but we got 10 more. So you was worth 10 more people who want to see the dog cam or the going around. Yeah, so they sacrificed us. As I basically I want to say, they sacrificed us for the men.
They did because the cat. We've been here the whole time. Like I got Steelers gear, but I'm not the cat that you're gonna see draped in Steelers gear, new shit every week, looking like I work for the Steelers, like Mike Tomlin. Nah, I got the same jacket, vest. I got a few, and I rotate. But I'm not gonna be, drip.
Hell, the real fan can't even afford a ticket anymore to get to the game, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Nope.
They want the dude that's gonna come in, go to NFLshop.com, get his gear, then spend $400 to go to at least 2 or 3 games, pay for all the that's what they want. They don't care nothing about. They want the cast that's gonna go to the preseason, take play, all that stuff. That's what they want.
Man, they want date night. They want to see you with your girl at a whole bunch of jersey that she just bought that day. They want date night.
Yeah, they want you. Yeah, they got a couple, a family coming out to a game, eat a hot dog or drink or whatever. Okay, they should spend about at least $600 a piece. I mean, $600.
600 if you're lucky.
If you're lucky, right?
Because they kids still got to pay full price.
Yeah.
Full price.
If you're lucky.
If you sit anywhere decent, you sit anywhere but nosebleed.
Yeah, easily.
Yep.
Your team is you spend like if you go to a Bears game, nigga. If you spending $200 a ticket to sit somewhere good. Period. If it's you, your wife, and your 2 kids. Hey, first of all, them motherfuckers better love the Bears, goddamn.
Yeah.
You take 2 of them little motherfuckers and they're not interested, and you can just spend $800 plus the parking, another $200. Bro, that's $1,000, bro, for one game.
Yeah.
Now, Kurt, I get tickets every year. Now, I'm a diehard Bulls fan. Now, so he's talking me. Now, last year, so I take whoever want to go because I'll go regardless. And I just wait the ticket. But I always, if I don't got somebody that's a diehard that's gonna go with me, I take my daughter. I take my other daughter, my girl, stuff like that, right? And it's a real difference when like last year because I gave up my ticket for the Bulls, but that's here no there. But last year I would take my cousin. He a fan. We in there. Hey, I took Vince. Now Vince. Okay, man, we in there talking real basketball. Like, come on. Now, when I take my daughter, she want to go to the selfie spot. She want to go to the 3rd floor to do the. And when we on the way going there, she want a phone finger, and she want to. I'm like, look, man, like you said, I'm not.
Yeah. They selling it, huh?
Man,
I remember now. Peep script. This back when I was still living in Chicago. And I used to get the tickets from my mans. Bro, think about this. One, because you're talking about the family for the Bears. The Bulls played 82 games. 82 games, bro. Parking. I'm sure it's more than 20. It's probably more like 40, close to 50 now to park right across from the United Center. It's probably
easily $50. No, it's about 60. It's about 60 something.
Right.
Man, I walk 5 blocks to the game. I refuse. I walk 5 to 6 blocks to the game.
Yeah, I went to the Bears game when they played Green Bay this year. We paid $60 for parking.
Right. I refuse.
I think if you pops coming in with your Suburban, you and your wife, y'all drove in from Schaumburg with the kids. Y'all got 60 for the thing. If you in the nosebleeds at the United Center, you still spend $100 a ticket. So let's figure you don't want to sit in the nosebleeds, Schaumburg, so you spend $150 a ticket. That's still, nigga, that's $660 before you eat anything. So you're talking about $100 on Wednesday, nigga.
Yeah, on Wednesday.
$800 on Wednesday, nigga.
He said on Wednesday. Hump day, right?
Come on,
Hump
bro. Day. Hey, we at the crib playing dominoes on Wednesday. Like, hey, Bulls gang get ready to come on, nigga. Fuck the bullshit.
So you think as far as like the fans, you think what the NBA did with the mid-season tournament, you think did something for the fans?
It's too well. I mean, my take is it's too early. So I went to the first one, and the whole court was read out. Boy, like I mean, it looked dope. I ain't gonna front. So it was like,
Right.
and you,
Okay.
but think about it. So when I think the Lakers won it, right? So it didn't do nothing. I don't
Right.
think I don't think the casual fans, like we're talking about, cared about that anyway. They never cared. They don't care about the game. They have put like the, oh my God, this looks nice. They want, okay, back to taking whoever, right? Me and Vince, we're not trying to go for no T-shirts from the cannon and when they drop them from the rafters. Now my daughter, oh man, they about to fall over the damn railing. Man, Daddy, give me a T-shirt. I'm like, I'm up there now, running over to another section. Man, yeah, that is no, it don't work on us unless
Right.
it means like, so if it gave the Bull, I think it do give you something in the playoffs. Like it do give you something like a leverage, but it's futile. Like I don't think Lakers gonna rest their hand on that. They're like, okay, man, we the NCAA tournament winners. Okay, all right,
So you saying it gives them position in on the playoff? It's a
I
win
don't
for
know.
position. It's what I
I'm
think they
not
get
sure.
the money, right? Huh?
I know they got money, but I think they get some type of accolade in the playoffs. Like I don't know for sure
But
though.
what
So
if you don't make the playoffs though?
damn.
So
Okay.
I I agree with Mike. The shit was too early because like the season was just getting started. And it was like you couldn't even get into the season good, and it was already starting the tournament. It's like you just started some new shit. You just started some new shit. Like,
Right.
let me, you know,
And not only that,
let me, let me,
we'll see
let
how
me
they play down the stretch too, huh?
I'm like, let me chew this mouthful and swallow first. Give me a rinse, and then give me something else to eat, nigga. You trying to jam 2 meals in my mouth at once? Like, bro, slow down. You know.
I think that's why.
But
Go ahead.
oh, no, so what I think they was trying to do, like, so stay in high right now we in hindsight. But I think when they started it, the idea, I believe they felt the players was going to play harder for that accolade. I mean, accolade, and it probably would have stopped load management in some way. I mean, this is what they probably was thinking. They only could brainstorm, but it didn't stop load management, and the players were always still the players. Man, we want a chip. We want a real chip. Look, like you said, we just switch teams and try to make stakes on big threes and stuff. So, do a player really care about this trophy that I got, even if it was in the middle of the season towards the end? I want a chip. So I think that in hindsight, right now, they're probably going to say they're going to either tweak it or take it away
I
because
think so.
it
I
just
think they might also, because I can see like the long term good it'll just do. I don't know. Like you say, I think that was the reason why they were having it, to keep the players playing, I guess, at a high level, and
but it
and keep keep them from load managing. Go ahead, Kurt. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying what you're saying. That's soft.
yeah, the thought. But I don't think it's
Oh,
panning out. I mean, no one look. I think right now, if you ask the casual fan who won the NCAA tournament, it's like WNBA. They're like, I don't know. When do they have it?
Right.
okay. But we was talking
I
about
don't
load
even know
management.
how it was structured. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
We talked about load management before, but let me just say something too. I think the reason the in-season tournament, like you said, they need it because trying to keep niggas engaged. But it was about 5-6 years ago, maybe a little longer than that. It was longer than that because it was back when LeBron was with Cleveland, and he kept going to the finals all the time. And it was like everybody was like, "Oh, the regular season don't matter. Regular season don't matter because it's all about the playoffs. It's all about the playoffs." Well, they made me believe that the regular season don't matter. Regular season matter like a motherfucker.
Right.
I
But the
think when they
reason,
say that, I think okay, here's what I think with that. May have players that say that, and I think some will take those words and not work as hard to do what he needs to do. Some. But I think the other ones who do say that, they say that to, like, I don't know, manage themselves and pace themselves. I think some still come play hard, but I don't know. Just the playoffs give you that edge of saying it's taking it to another level now. I guess No.
But think about it. Who can really say that? Only really superstars or people or a team that more than likely feel because of who we got, we're gonna make the playoffs. If you it's 32 teams, if you're gonna be like Toronto or Detroit now, you don't got the luxury to say playoffs. This it.
That's
You
true.
pretty much know that especially if you know your organization is tanking or something or rebuilding. You don't got a right in your heart to feel it to even say it. You like, man, this is it. Every game I'm gonna show out, and I'm talking about the star player on Detroit or my Orlando. You know what I mean? So I think those who said it initially was those superstars and superstar teams that was like, we're going to make the playoffs.
So I
Everybody
don't
else was
know
like,
though. Looking at the things that we're talking about, are they overselling the NBA then? Because they're trying to make the players play harder, to maintain the salaries. I don't know. Are they overselling? They trying to make them play harder, like to maintain the salaries.
they
It's like
so.
this. Um, so like,
That's why they did it. They soft, huh?
first of
They
all,
was
they
being
saw.
too soft. That's why they did it, huh? I
I mean,
guess.
no, okay. So one of the reasons when you think about why everybody talking about the regular season didn't matter, why? Because everybody knew Cleveland was going to that. LeBron's team was going to the finals. There wasn't no competition. The last 2 years, it's been a lot of parity in the league.
Yeah,
So the
yeah,
regular season is better on GP because more motherfuckers are better. As soon as you spread that wealth out a little bit, shit get back to normal. When niggas start trying
yep.
to load up 2 or 3 teams, and it's like, well, if
They
we
got
all
that
just like
contract. They got that check. It's back to normal, huh?
right, if you just all number 2 and you really like think about it. The last couple of years, we was like, man, it's like 4, 5 teams from each league that could win, right? Sixers,
Mm-hmm.
Bucks, Celtics, Heat, Lakers,
And who
whatever.
won? Denver.
And then you had Memphis, Golden State, all these other. So it's like, man, that's a lot of motherfuckers that can hoop. And then you had a lot of mid-range teams. Before the Bulls got hurt, them niggas was cracking before Lonzo got hurt and all this shit. So you had, look at Indiana now. So it's like you got motherfuckers all over that can hoop. It's parity. Now all of a sudden the regular season means some shit, period. Because your ass might not be around, you think you sweet. So that's got a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
But yeah. But the niggas is soft though, bro, because how you got to get excited to who?
Yeah, too much money. Yeah.
Like, see, even the fans know it's not the playoffs. It's not gonna work. It don't seem like. Even the fans know it's not the playoffs.
But I'm just saying, dog, think about it like this. You think about an NBA player. I don't give a fuck about all that travel and all that bullshit.
Don't nobody want no 2 championships in the season. That doesn't even make
It don't.
sense, huh?
Yeah, it don't. It don't matter.
With just the hooping mentality and the low man, thought they play 2 times a year from October to what? April?
Yep.
82 nigga. We used to hoop 3 days a week, 3-4 hours of crack.
Easy.
Dog, we hoop more in 2 months than these niggas do in the season in a real game. Fuck
After a game of baseball.
And you off the rest of the year. Why the fuck are you not playing every goddamn night, my nigga? Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you not? If you're supposed to be the baddest motherfucker in the land, why are you not out there trying to bang niggas every night? Why are you tired of getting run down when you only work from October to April?
It's all business.
Hey, but who can load management? To think about that, who can do it though? Because if you the 6th man, well, of course you don't play. So if you the 5th man, right now we know like the star players on load manage. But think about like you said, the hunger is gone because it used to be your spot was always in jeopardy. But that's not the case no more. You such a personality that okay, I feel like this. Okay, I'm gonna just say Kawhi. I know he didn't start it or whatever, but he kind of the name that comes up load management, right, in my head. you got to think so highly of yourself that you saying that I can sit out games and my spot is still secure. John Stock's supposed to take your spot, or McGuire from Detroit supposed to take your actual starting spot if you load managing back in the day. Isaiah couldn't load manage and still be respected. So I think it's a whole shift too, whereas these people are load managing or saying I'm gonna take a day off when you got to have some level of mental security. Like I'm good though; they ain't gonna replace me though.
Yeah,
So
because
it's weird.
they paid you. You get
Yeah,
days in a row if you got 200 million.
Got that check. That's all I'm gonna say. You got that check.
Right. See, that's the difference. Now you
Yeah, it
get money.
does.
You get money before you've earned it. Back in
Big
the day,
money.
you got your.
Fat chunks.
Think about this. Think about the idea now of paying a motherfucker while he's under contract, like years before his contract is over. Like, just that don't even make sense. Where do you do that in any other aspect of life? You don't go when your rent, when your lease is up. You don't go. You don't go in October or June and say, "Hey man, you know what? Let me get another year on top of." You wait till January. You re-up.
Yeah, you don't go to work and say, yeah, just give me a meal and then I'm gonna work for you 10 years. You know.
Yeah, you don't do that. No.
Give me a meal. And they give you a meal and you say, okay.
Exactly. Dog, you used to work, I'm on a 3-year deal. So at the end of your third year is when you go, hey, bro, we going to sit down. What we going to do for next? Okay, bet. I'm re-upping for another 3. Cool. I'm not. All right, y'all, I'm out. What y'all want to do? Now it's,
You
man,
guaranteed.
you're halfway into your second year and it's like, I'm doing pretty good, bro. Yeah. I think niggas going to want me. So it's time to negotiate. Like,
That's what they're negotiating them right now. Because if they're getting lazy, that's what they're getting to. All I need is two contracts, and I'm good. And by the time I get my second one, I can start planning my exit.
can you
And I don't have
imagine?
to.
Hey, dog, I love what you did. I love working here. Blah blah blah. I want to be here. If you give me 50 million for 2 years, I'm great. Bet, here you go, dog. 50 million 2 years. And next season, and then 2 weeks later, another nigga get 52 million. Now you like, bro, I need to renegotiate because I need to be the highest paid player. Come on now. You got your 2 years.
It's never ending.
That's what I'm saying. And once they started, they opened up Pandora's box. It got worse and worse and worse. And it's like you said, that's how you know you can low manage because it's like, hey, bro, he paid me $250.
Cause the casual fan gonna pay for it.
Man, them $800 wins. Them $800 wins, they pay for all of that nonsense. They pay for all that bullshit. You know.
hey, and y'all can see too, we can transition whenever y'all want to the thing that's rolling across the screen. And for just to let the guys know that whoever's tuning in after I put this effective sports, I'm gonna have the so anybody that want to come up or join, the link is going to be at the bottom of the screen as well. But yeah, so we definitely I mean we can still talk about the casual fan, but just to let everybody know, the next topic is going to be effective fantasy sports.
Hey, Red. Okay, so
Yeah.
y'all know how I feel. So, Red, since you're a fantasy football cat, give me the whole shebangy bang. Give us the.
Here's my perspective. I'm probably the first to say I probably was never really. I was a fan of football, but since fantasy football, I would probably say I'm less of a fan now, because pretty much I'm a fan of fantasy football. I'm a fan of fantasy football, and I'm less of a fan of football.
Okay, so hold on, Red. My fault.
Uh-huh.
Just go on. I just want you to talk about the fantasy, just the positive part of fantasy football from your perspective.
The stats, every player, what position, the key players. I even know linemen and what they do. Just learning. I don't know how I study, how I approach. I look at how a player get ready in the off season. I know every stat. I know college players that's coming out. I do find myself rooting for the game in a weird way, but I've learned. I remember the stats of all the players easily, and I follow them closer too. So it's a positive thing for me. I follow the players closely. The team less. Well, yeah, I do the team as far as like what they're trying to do as a team, and really that helps me like get an early view on who I should expect in playoffs and Super Bowl, barring people getting hurt and stuff like that. I mean, it's hard to calculate that, but other than that, just playing fantasy and knowing the stats and seeing it come together and seeing those players as I expected, and then some who I didn't expect. Yeah, it gives me a better view of what the teams are doing, but it's more of a business coaching type thing.
So you have more knowledge of each player. I mean, I can see that because
Definitely.
if that's not a fan of your team, you now know the third string running back on the team you never rooted for.
Yeah. So
But
it
what's the
helps me.
downside?
Huh?
What's the downside, Rich? You think?
Hold on.
Go ahead, Kurt.
What about like the competition aspect though? Like you say you won one league. I know y'all been. I mean, I know most of a lot of the cats in your league, in some of your leagues. So I know y'all.
So I like to think that we have a pretty competitive league. The championship is moved around a lot. People make moves in the middle of the night. It's a lot of things like that, and it's competitive. But for me, it's like I only know I could do a certain amount as far as putting the players in. What happened after that and the politics that may go on in the background and the player sitting out again or load managing again, you know what I mean? I can't control that, the injury reports and stuff like that. So at that point, it's competitive to that degree. But beyond that, you're like, okay, there's nothing else I can do, So it works out though.
Hey, give me your wildest fantasy football league story. Like, I know y'all be going.
Here it is. I know. Here it is. One year, I had the best team easily. I was like 12-2 going into the playoffs. Why come the playoffs? All of my players had won their division and they was resting them. I got blew out. Exactly.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, I got blew completely out.
That's hilarious. You already know. Yeah. Hey, Mike, go ahead. Give me your.
Now I played back in the day. I played when I used to work. They always had when I used to work, but when I used to work in more of a male centric, a lot of people, and they had a little work related, and put a little $5 in. So I remember I won one year, and I was so happy. But what I realized too was I'm a diehard Bears fan, Bulls, Chicago. But I felt myself one day hoping that the Bears didn't do a certain thing to one of my players. I can't remember exactly, but that hurt my heart in such a way that I was like, I woke up. I said, "What am I doing?" Because I don't care about fantasy like that. My Bears win is a win, but I was like, y'all can win, but just let XYZ get these yards, or just let such get that catch, and that could lead to the Bears losing. So I had to wrestle, especially somebody like me that has a diehard mentality. I had to wrestle with trying to win this. I'm competitive. So I'm going to win this fantasy, but I can't really get the Bears,
There you go.
So that was the last year I played.
And you just said the flip side what I was saying. I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan. I was a fan of football, but I'm less of a fan now because I'm a fantasy football fan rather than a football fan a little bit more now. Exactly what yours in reverse. You more of a football fan still than a fantasy fan, which is fine with me. And the same story you just told, I teetered on that. It's like you'd be hoping for incredible plays to happen so you could be satisfied, you know? It's like, that's nuts.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's just, hey, dog, you be in the middle of the game asking the impossible, like, hey, nigga.
Right. It's like, okay, what am I doing?
But I still hope get 3 touchdowns, but none of them touchdowns affect. We gonna have to get 28 points and a field goal, so my dude can get 21 points, so I can beat this nigga in this match.
Right. Yeah. We'd be like, if Cole Kmet could get like just 30 points this half, I should win, you know? It happened once, probably.
Yeah.
But let me marry the two then. The last topic was a casual fan, and now we're talking about fantasy football. So does that help the casual fan get more acclimated? Like say, because I know a lot of females in my job too, they were in it, and they would be invested in a team. Of course, it's not their team, and they would know a player, but they would ask us like, so did what's your name rush over 100, or did such and such get? And it's like, does fantasy football
I
help the
think
casual
so.
fan
For her to even
rise?
ask that, she know what it means to rush for 100. And this contract is based on that, rushing for 100, you know?
Okay.
So you definitely pick up the stats.
Okay, so but that's where so now that's where you lose me, because your casual fan,
And it makes sense.
You don't learn nothing about the game though. Like she all she know is the stats. So
right.
and I ain't gonna say she, I'm gonna say the casual fan.
Right.
So if you watching the game and you see that, okay, let's go with
No. If you was a casual fan before and you start playing fantasy football, you start learning and become a better fan. That's what I think may happen. I mean, for me, I became a better coach. You know, for me, a better.
You already knew the game, though. See,
yeah.
You didn't.
Yeah. Take a game in that don't know the game at all. Right.
If you're coming fresh and you don't know the game, then
okay. I was already in it, right?
But like I said, so like the dude that one day when I was listening to him, we was at work. I was somewhere and dude was talking in the background about a dude was trash because he only got him a certain amount of points. And I'm like, bro, you didn't watch that game. Dude was getting double, triple. He was a monster on the defensive line.
Right.
His running mates was going nuts because he was taking up so much.
Right.
So, right. This nigga had 3 sacks. This dude had a sack and a half and this many for loss. Not to mention he was plugging the hole up. Running backs had to bounce it out and was
right.
So he was wreaking havoc. But the nigga had like 3 tackles and
they weren't even running his way, you know.
Bruh, he was a monster. And this dude was a right. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, you look at your fantasy score like this dude didn't do nothing, but if you watch the game, you'd be like, man, he was killing it. So that's why I said it doesn't do nothing. And you gotta think about how many people actually watch a full game. Most of these casual fans don't. They watch
their phone.
They got ticket, they at the bar, they drinking, watching the
Red Zone. Red Zone. Matter of fact, you got a whole television show, Red Zone, that shows stats and the players.
If you at B-Dubs on Sunday or at your favorite bar that's got all the games on, like I said, you watching your fantasy cats on every screen.
Okay, you got a point. Because there's some fantasy cats. There's some fantasy players. Pretty much all they watch is Red Zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You ever watch, and if you're watching Red Zone, you only watching for the highlight. You're not watching how.
That's true.
You don't know how good that offensive line was that game. at all.
Yeah.
All you know,
Yeah.
they go a couple touchdowns, 2 was through the air and 1 was running. You don't know if them was, other than that, they was getting their ass handed to them, or if, man, they was moving up and down the field like nobody's business. You don't know none of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, so that's what I'm saying. If you ain't watching the game itself, all you doing is getting stats. And then you saying, I know the game. No, nigga, you know how to bet, or you know how to
Okay. I'm old school, so I know the game. I grew up doing stuff, so I'm able to transition into it. I've been able to, but you said a lot of people won't and can't.
Like,
No, yeah, they won't.
You might be right when you go, man, Pickett was trash, but why was he trash? Yeah, he laid on a lot of his reads. And you can see that when
and you know what? And you know what? Like, so now that you said that, Kurt, you're right, because I'll take myself. Now, I'm a fan of all sports, but when I was in the fantasy, so you got your, you had like an app on your phone, and you got your 10 or 11 players, run, like you got their face and their rolling stats as the games and stuff is going, right? You can't actually be a fan because, of course, first of all, you can't watch all the games, so you really just open your phone to see what that one player is doing on that one team if you got one player on the one team. So it's not like you care. You still don't care. You're just trying to win this pool, this money, this so you don't really care. And like Kurt said, a guy that had the stats that you wanted and he did good on your team, but he sucked the game actually, or he lost the game for him, or whatever the case may be. So you can't really talk to a fan or a fan of the game because you're just going to say, hey, such and such had like 10 catches, but they was like, yeah, they was dinking dunks, and what you talking about? Did you watch the game? And they be like, nah, because you know what I'm saying. So they got exposed. It was like, nah, I ain't watched the game, but wasn't that a good thing? Yeah, but 10, but no, you didn't. It was 10. It was 10 receiving yard. I mean, 10 receptions for 10 yards total. So it's like, did you really know that he got 10 yards off them 10 receptions? And they're like, nah, I just know he had 10 receptions, and that was great for it got me 48 points on my team. It's like, man, then so you can't really talk to him because you're like, nah, he sucked that game. They could have took him out. So yeah.
And he dropped all his passes that was over 15 yards. He dropped 2. Happy that
exactly.
Your mind.
Yeah, so a lot of people won't. Yeah.
It kind of ruins it. It kind of ruins the two people that would talk about it. One person is still not a real fan, and he may be talking about somebody on another team that you like. I ain't watched that game. What you talking about? Man, he ran for 132 yards. Okay, but they lost. So that was like empty yards. Yeah, but man, I got 178 points. So it's like we're talking two different things. You talking accolades of your team and how many points you got on your team with 10 different people from 10 different teams. And I'm trying to say, if you would have watched that game, that guy sucked or that team sucked. And I don't care what you're talking about with the 48 points you got for your week. It's like we're talking two different languages. So somebody want to talk about, and then somebody as a real fan would want to talk about like a hit or a play that was really impactful. But the casual / fantasy fan is like, well, that didn't affect my team, so I never caught that. And like what you said, Red, that wasn't on the red. I mean, the highlight reel. Yeah, the red zone. So to me, I don't know about that. Even though you're like saying, man, that was the best play. That was or do pancakes them. And it's like, oh yeah, we don't do pancakes in our league. It's like you just throw up your hand. You like, huh? Because you remember in fantasy football, there's different criteria. Not every fantasy football has the same point system. So one fantasy football don't have pancakes and don't have defensive players. Some would just be an offensive. Right. So it's like, did you see that tackle? Oh no, my team don't do tackling. And it's like, okay. No, it's like
right.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a football fan now, huh?
The super casual.
And that's the new fan now, huh?
Yeah, the fan, not fan.
Right. Hey, I'm a because we get a little long, so I wanna make sure we get this topic in so that
Go ahead.
we can revisit this topic again before the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Actually, it's gonna be
Yeah, I just threw up the new topic. So whenever y'all want to start.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna switch the topic though off them weapons, and I want to go to the
Mm-hmm.
GOAT criteria.
Because I'm gonna get ready to go. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I know we're gonna have to wrap it up. So I want to get to the GOAT criteria. So right now, between the three of us, and I'm gonna write these down so that we can post these. Everybody talks about the GOAT. Who's the GOAT? Blah blah blah. So, what are the criteria for the GOAT?
I think it will be good for us and keep this conversation going for a while. Is for us to come up with the criteria for the GOAT. You know, and then that's why you're asking, and then from there just go and make the argument.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What we're do right now, we're just gonna build the criteria so that we can discuss it more in detail. So for now, put that up on the poll as well. What is criteria for the GOAT? So, and there's no wrong answers. So I'm gonna start it off. So I'm gonna say rings. So I know everybody's gonna say rings. That's gonna be part of it. So,
gonna be part of it. Championships, yeah.
Right, rings/chips. The eye test.
Definitely the eye test have to go in there.
Yeah.
But
we see first. That's what everybody see first. The eye test first, then you go, ooh, and then it goes from there. Okay. What else?
Leadership.
Okay.
Longevity.
Definitely longevity.
Yeah, because you got to dominate. If you are dominating for a significant amount of time to be, that guy. Yes, I would say longevity.
I'm gonna put
to be the GOAT. Yeah.
Put down winning as well.
Well, can I back up for a second?
Sure.
Can I back up for a second? Back to longevity. I'd like to add something to longevity. Just longevity alone is not enough. Something has to be attached to longevity.
Well, okay, I think it was kind of a given that you're a winner and as long you've been a winner for a long time. I think that's what he meant.
Okay. Okay, just for sake of argument, and I know where we're going, and we know where we're kind of going. Longevity, yeah.
So
yeah.
This is high level longevity
or being at the top of your game for a long time.
Being at a high level for a long period of time.
Okay, yeah. Not just longevity, being at a high level of playing in your league for a long time.
Right. Okay. Bet. What else? So we got rings/chips, winning in general, the eye test,
leadership,
clutch, high level,
clutch.
Yeah, crunch time clutch. Yeah.
I like that. Clutch.
Attitude. I mean, is that leadership? Attitude?
Yeah, you know
attitude.
What? It would be somebody's criteria because you got a lot of people that will say, so you got 10 people say that he's the GOAT, but then somebody because of they don't like him. So I would think the attitude is not maybe a major criteria, but for some, they'll X the person out because they just don't like him. Even though they know they're wrong. Because it's like, man, a lot of old guys love good attitude. So they'll be like, man, but he's a bum because of, and then they'll Like
Right.
I know a lot of old guys when I was like back in the prime time days, everybody was like Dion would be great, but they hated his showboating or how he carried himself,
That's
and
true.
so
That's true.
they knocked like 2 pegs off of him. And it's like, come on now. But so yeah, I think to a certain extent, in some people's eyes, yeah, that's important to them.
Competitive drive.
Say what? Competitive drive.
Competitive.
Okay. Work ethic.
Yeah, yeah, because that goes back to the old school guys, because they love a good work. Like they'll put somebody in a GOAT situation that they don't meet other criteria for them, but they love their work ethic. They love how they come with what they call it, the lunch, the hard hat and the lunch pail, you
Yeah.
know, and so they'll put that
Work
over
ethic
something else.
isn't that attitude though? How you approach the game?
We could put work ethic,
Attitude.
all at the same.
Yeah.
All at the same line.
All right, bet. Okay. And yeah, anybody listening, feel free to hit the line and throw in your ideas to go with it. Okay. What else? I mean, that's
physical slash. No, we can't do physical slash athleticism. Dominance.
Yeah, dominance gotta be, because somebody like Curry, they'll put him in the. I mean, I'm just this hypothetical, not for real, to say me, but they'll put Curry in there, and he's not physically dominating, or he's not as tall, or whatever.
He's not dominating with. Yeah, he's just finesseful.
But he's a dead eye shooter that if he keeps going, somebody somewhere have a debate for Curry, right, for Curry over LeBron. I mean, I'm just saying, like, not this ain't my now right now, but so I would say dominant trumps physicalness.
That'll be defining dominance, though. Are we talking about physical dominance like Shaq? Or are we talking about dominance as in unbeatable, like Steph?
Well, see, I was thinking about physical dominance as in Megatron or Shaq, or like you said, to where you just look like you supposed to. And but then
but Curry haven't dominated the league at all.
No, not yet. No, yeah. I didn't want to put him in now, but I'm saying in his whole career, at the end, somebody made a debate-wise.
Whatever you have to dominate your era of playing. Whatever it is that you do, like Bird was dominating.
Right.
But he wasn't over athletic. He was a shooter. He knew everything on the court.
Right. No. I'm not saying Steph was what technically was, dominant per se. I'm just saying, are we talking about physicality, like Shaq, or are we talking about, like you said, or like Bird instead of Curry? Are we talking about like Bird's era or Jordan's era, or
a defensive player that can shut down everything?
Whatever era it was when, Kareem. Shit.
Kareem. Yeah.
Kareem was there before and damn near after Magic, wasn't he?
A skyhook and some defense. Dominant.
That's exactly. So, dominant.
He dominated.
Dominant has a lot of definition to it depending on how you look at it, but that's definitely one.
But no, hold on a second. Hold on. Kareem, I don't think Kareem dominated, though, because Bill Russell was winning rings and Wilt was still giving it. Mike dominated.
But you got to think about
it. I'm just clarifying dominated.
Hold on, though. Think about it, though. Not Wilt. I can't speak tons because, it's a little before my era. But you got to think about it. Bill and Wilt. Bill was first, then Wilt, then Kareem.
Right,
Kareem,
right. They was like
young.
Right, he came like you're right. Yeah, okay, yeah. Kareem dominated. He did. Right.
I mean, and think about when he with the Bucks and he won that chip. You know what I mean? It was
dominated.
Like
you're right. He did. My bad.
Hey, and just on the side note, remember that nigga fuck with Bruce Lee.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Kareem dominated. You right, because he was young when he came in with them. Right. Then after that, nobody could stop him. What am I talking about? He had to dominate. He was the scoring leader for how many years?
Yeah.
Think about
You think, yeah, Kareem dominated with a lot of those criteria that not dominated, but like if we started the debate, Kareem fit so many of them criteria: longevity, dominance,
Right. Yeah,
physically. So
that's it. So we got a nice list now, right?
his scoring title lasted till last year, and he didn't shoot threes.
right, wasn't no 3-point line sometimes. Yeah, yeah.
1 year
I mean,
prior threes.
Run a point system. So you're gonna run a point system with there? Take all those criterias and label them 1 to 5 according to each player,
Well,
and get a dominance score.
we can do like that. We can just freelance it and do it, freestyle. We all got to put some thoughts into it. We come back with it, and hopefully some people come back with it as well,
right.
Oh, hold on. This is the other part too. Individual sport versus
Team sport. Yeah, yeah,
that make a big difference, especially when we
yeah.
get because and the sport makes a difference because football got 11 cats, basketball got 5.
Right.
I
And you
don't
talk
think
about like I was a big tennis watcher, and then you got like the McEnroes and the
and in
Tampere.
football and in football you have an offensive and a defense, two different players on 2 different sides of the ball.
Right.
You got a whole different. You got 11 whole players on this team, and you only 1 player on the 11. You got a whole defense too, right?
That's why
Muhammad Ali said to Mayweather.
That's why I think
Mike Tyson.
It's so trash. You already know why we get to that when we get to that, but that's why I think it's so. Because dog, how can you single out one motherfucker when you got 22 motherfuckers that start? You got 30 playing per game, and you're gonna say one motherfucker is that much more? Because bruh, look at all the shit they talk about your boy, the tackle from San Francisco, Trent Williams, when he was out 3 games. And they like, look at the effect he had being out of the game for 3 games. But since he's been back, they've been cruising just like they always did. Now, how in the fuck can you tell me that he ain't important as hell when he changed their whole offense? One big 280-pound motherfucker changed their whole offense. But yet,
Yeah.
What can I add this? You're making me think now. So I think as far as the GOAT, there's 2 levels to the conversation. When you come to individual, when you say individual, I'm talking about individual sport. It's kind of easy because it's boxing. It's man on man. Who's the greatest? Now, when you come to team sport, other than basketball, football is kind of like who's the greatest in that position. Because, like you said, with football, it's hard to say the GOAT of football. It's almost impossible.
But I think you can do this, though. I think you can do this with football. You can look at that team and see what made that team go. Like, was it a defensive team or offensive team? If it was an offensive team, how did this player impact that team as far as how he led them and did all this? So, in some instances, you can get to even being the GOAT, even because, but in other instances, most of you probably wouldn't be able to because all of those dynamics. Brady is one of those things.
But would you call him the GOAT of football, though? Or would you say the GOAT quarterback, like Brady, or the GOAT Ray Lewis of defensive?
As a team sport, and a leader?
Right. Would you say GOAT of
Michael Jordan and Tom Brady, the greatest 2 team sport leaders, GOATs that I know, for me.
Okay, so look.
I have Brady a little bit ahead of Mike as far as that. But we don't want to get into it.
Right.
Cool.
That is because look at the effect. Think about this. Barry Sanders with the Lions. And look how
right, he couldn't affect it.
You got Emmitt Smith playing for the Cowboys at that time. Imagine Barry Sanders playing for the Cowboys at that era.
Right.
Where he was running through free holes and doing shit and he wasn't getting hit up and didn't retire early. It's like, come on, bro. Come on. You can't. That's why I say when you talk about that goat shit in football, it's too difficult, and we should just stop because that example right there shows you.
Well, okay, yeah, for football, yeah, I wouldn't argue that. I would
Yeah.
say as a quarterback, definitely. I would, like I said,
But
I'd never argue it as far as football.
but I would
But
say the
Brady would be
greatest.
the closest to me.
Because look
But I would say the greatest in position wise.
when you think
Right.
about if you go position by position, you can't compare.
Right.
I would say Barry way doper than Emmett, but the stats say it's Emmett.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
So that would be a good debate position wise.
But if you 25, if you 30 years old, you didn't see that. So all you see is all you can do is look at YouTube, and then you can look at the stat sheet and go, well, Emmett is this, and Barry was sweet. Or you look at Dan Marino and go, Dan Marino didn't win any chips. Dan Marino was cold as fuck.
Right.
But Eli got 2. Come on.
Eli
So
was
football.
a better.
Who would you draft, Eli or Dan Marino?
Marino all day.
All day. Without
So did he go? He went to the Super Bowl, right?
Who?
Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Yeah, one.
Yeah.
But no,
I mean, you compare him to Eli, yeah. Marino or Breeze.
But see, you talk about position because it's like I think all day in football, position wise, yeah, you can go, but like basketball, for some reason you can do one person. Go ahead.
He just said
Taking
Marino.
Jim Kelly over Marino.
Now that is a pure. Hey.
I'm taking Jim Kelly over Marino. I'm taking what's his name? Dallas quarterback with Emmitt Smith.
No,
I'm taking Steve Young. Huh?
No. Ooh, I take Steve Young.
I'll take Steve Young. Yeah, I'll take Steve.
I'm taking Troy Aikman.
I'm not taking Aikman or Steve Young though.
I can't take Aikman. I'll take Young.
But other than that, Drew Brees is dog. I'm gonna take. No, dog. We get to this. I don't want to.
Right. We can do it later. We can get back to it. It's gonna be a good one.
Okay, so look, we got to differentiate before we did. So we got. So basically, for your individual goals, it's purely winning. If you're a golfer, tennis player, swimmer, whatever, if you win, you win. Boxer,
right.
That's just. Ooh, but you know what? I was about to say, if you take somebody like, what about somebody like Floyd?
I take Floyd pound for pound, the greatest, a GOAT.
But you think about it,
I can't.
Floyd niggas in their prime.
Huh?
I can't. Yeah.
Floyd
was too smart. Yep. Yeah. Floyd was smart, and he was a smart person. And remember we said about smartness. Sometimes that's not translatable.
Smarter soft.
He would duck. Yeah. He would duck people, and he would wait till they get old sometimes to then fight them.
He ducked Pacquiao in his prime. He ducked Shane Mosley in his prime.
Cotto. He ducked everybody. Cotto. He ducked Margarito. He ducked, man. Come on now. He ducked who's the Irish guy?
Ain't no ducking. They stay in shape like he stay in shape, and the fight will come.
He wouldn't fight.
So he was just smart.
Yeah, he didn't fight. Yeah, he didn't take him.
He was just smart.
That was smart though. He was taking money fights that he know he could. Not say he know he could win, but he would take a money fight that would. Okay, I would say like this: if boxer had like a ranking system, he would be number one, right, or the champ. You would got what's the redhead? Well, what's the redhead guy? I got he was the redhead.
The Mexican dude.
Yeah,
the Mexican dude.
He was number 2. But he would kept going under him. He would go 3rd, 4th, and I'm like, come on. So
he beat him up though.
What?
Yeah, eventually he did. I mean, he and it went to all 12 too. He won, but it was like, why didn't you take him when they were saying fight me? So okay, put it like this: Tyson, hey, bring him on. Ali, bring him on.
Right. That wasn't Mayweather. Mayweather ain't built like that.
It was
Mayweather ain't built like that.
It was straight number 2 headband. Whoever got the number 2 could come fight me.
Right. And That's how it used to be, right?
The number 2, but I'm gonna fight the number 4 first for the money, and then because and he would always say your manager and them don't want to do the money right. They don't.
I think he was just.
I ain't gonna
I
fight.
think he. I think he was just. I think he was just. I think he was just being smart, which is intelligent. You know.
That's soft, Reg. You like him? That's soft. Come on, Reg.
No.
Is that is that GOAT?
Nah.
All the greats.
First of all, hold on. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Let me plead this case. Give me 1 second. Let me plead this case.
Okay.
Okay.
Ray. Come on,
Give me a second to plead this case. To talk about that in the sense of basketball, where I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I'm doing this, or I'm hitting the baseball, that's one thing. But getting battered upside the head, hold on a second. It's not soft to be smart or to strategically move yourself, but be technical enough and defensive enough and know how to get points within the battle to win the fight.
That's when
that ain't soft.
he fought, Reg. We talking about when he ducked.
He didn't duck though. I didn't see him. I don't see it as duck. I see it as what all boxers do.
No,
at least ones with good sense.
Perfect example.
I said pound for pound. I did say pound for pound, huh?
Look, Roy Jones was pound for pound the best fighter we had ever damn near seen before he met Tarver.
Right.
Okay.
Tarver was next up. He moved up another weight class. Said, I'm gonna fight whoever. Tarver knocked his ass out.
Right.
What did he do?
Mm-hmm.
Came right back, fought him again. He shouldn't have,
right,
but he did.
Right.
His ass knocked. Okay.
Right.
Floyd would never want to take that chance. That's
Okay.
why he never wanted to take that. Whoever was the number 2, whether it was Pacquiao or Mosley or the Mexican, damn it. It's Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo, that's it. The red man, Canelo. He ducked
All of them niggas when they was number 2. Whenever they was next up, he said, "Nah, the money ain't right. Bitch, fight."
Nah. I mean, he had a lot of them though.
Huh?
He had a lot of fights.
But he didn't fight the next nigga.
He was making them. No, he was making them earn it. Did he fight him?
But they did earn it. They was number 2. They did earn it.
They was number 2s. They was the next hot nigga.
He got to manage his books too. He got to manage his book. What's his name?
Look, he didn't want to jump on the track and get Eminem. That's what it was. He didn't want to jump on the track and get Eminem. So he said,
how many times he lost? How many times Mayweather lost? How many times Mayweather lost? None. Oh.
Look, I'm not knocking. I'm not knocking the fact that.
And he did fight all those guys you're talking about, right?
He do this and he do all this. I didn't get mad at him when he stole on dude at the end of that round. Was like, hey, the round went quite over.
Protect yourself at all times.
Even though the ref got in front of us, he still pow, dude. I didn't get mad.
Protect yourself at all times. Yep.
Cause dude did something to him right before the round, and he always supposed to protect himself. The ref tell you, protect yourself at all times. Nah, Curry.
Look, I was a Floyd fan. I'm still a Floyd fan. I'm not a Floyd fan. But
Right.
It is what it is. I mean, he stole on dude.
So look, I got a question. If you was in the NBA at your height as a point guard, would you go inside and try to do a sky hook?
Hell yeah.
Why?
It works.
No.
Yeah.
No, you getting your shit blocked consistently.
No, oh man, Curry, didn't I send you that point guard that do the sky hook now?
A sky, hold on. If I'm doing a sky hook on somebody, well, you said, am I gonna go to the hole and do a sky hook?
Yeah. If you're in the NBA, it's just no. I said a sky hook.
Are you asking me if I'm posted up when I use a sky hook?
I'm saying if you in the hole, would you go in with a sky hook?
Am I in the hole or am I
Yeah.
driving to? Am I
you
up?
right, yeah. As a matter of fact, if you was a point guard in the NBA, would you be posted up in the hole to do a sky hook?
Yes.
Why?
That's the only shot that's gonna be made.
Huh?
That's the hey Reg. I mean, like Reg. I'm gonna stop you right here. Reg, I'm gonna send you something after we get off. I'm gonna send you this point guard that's right now in the G League. But this point guard, he's 6 foot, maybe 5'9". He only
Okay,
scores because
I'll do
he's
better than that.
protected.
I'll do better than that. Would your
Okay.
coach want you to? Would your coach want you to? And do you think that would be most people think as a point guard being there at your height doing the sky hook? Why would Mayweather come in there and slug with somebody and do all of that?
Reg, we are not at all talking about Floyd Mayweather's boxing technique.
Right.
Nobody. You're the only one.
You saying he done? No, you saying he dodged it. You saying he dodged
fights, not the fight itself.
He fought all those guys you said though. He fought them all though, didn't he?
He fought.
Okay, look.
Huh?
7 years. Pacquiao, it was 5 to 7 years before he finally fought him. They both was in their older age.
Did he fight all of them?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Hey, Reg, why you not?
All of them? Watch this. If you named all these players that he ducked, if they would have beat him then, how come one of them didn't beat him later?
Old age and the way they fought. So his Philly shell. So Floyd is a real defense.
Beat him then.
Hold on, Reg. So
if it's because of how they fought, why would they have beat him then?
Okay.
We don't say they could. They could have beat him, but I think Mayweather was strategically knowing that their styles and at their height, they would have been a tough fight.
Or where he was with his training. Or where he was with his training, what he was doing.
So you mean to tell me that if you're the number one, you're supposed to be the baddest motherfucker on the planet at your size,
right?
And there are other cats coming up.
Yeah.
And your next fight, you can fight them, but you wait 4 or 5 fights to fight the cat that's supposed to be hot, and wait till.
Or the cats that I mean.
Why?
Because
these niggas.
Because he had to earn.
They was already
they earned it, Red. They earned it. Yeah. Why would you wait?
Why would you wait? They
One question: did he fight all of them?
Yeah, he did. He fought all of them.
Beat all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, I would say that's a straw man because honestly.
And watch this. As he's getting older, they're getting older. If they're getting older, he's getting older. He did it how many times?
No, you know what it is? Hey, Reg, this is what you're doing. What you say?
Okay, this doesn't make sense to me now. If he did it 6 times, right? Hold on. If he did it 6 times, and you said he waited 4 fights in between all of them, or 4 or 5 ladies in between all of them, and he did it at least 5 times, it don't add up.
He's undefeated. So
no, Floyd ain't been fighting for 40 years.
Well, okay, you know what? I'll give you a counter to that. Now, Riz, okay, now ponder this. So when you box, you have a team.
Yeah.
Now you got trainers, you got everybody telling you and yourself what's the smart fight. That's everybody. Now, when they fight a fight that they say that's not smart right now. Now I know you because you're a boxing fan. Yeah. You've heard trainers and people say that's not a smart fight for you right now.
Yeah.
And they will now that's even like a number 2 or number 3. The styles don't match up, whereas you may lose. They'll tell him that, right? And he's a very smart fighter. So I'll counter this when you're saying he still fought him. The reason why he would wait 4 to 5 times, and mind you, Floyd was fighting once a year. So that means when you wait 4 or 5 fights, you waited like literally 4 or 5 years or more. So what happens to a fighter that's a boxer, a fighter that's a defensive shell, a Philly shell fighter, and a fighter that's a go all out fighter? Pacquiao, most of the fighters that he did fight eventually were not boxers, they were swingers. Canelo definitely. He even said it wasn't smart to fight Canelo at a certain time. And then when you did fight them, these fighters are on a decline. When you fight a certain style, a certain way, you have a more of a rapid decline when you are that type of fighter. And mind you, they're fighting still. So even though he ducked, well, I want to say duck, but even though he waited 4 or 5 fights, they're also fighting 4 or 5 times. They're
Right.
putting wear and tear on their style. Their style is different. So
Right.
once you finally got to meet them, they're wore down.
Right.
And he got to see that. He got to see certain fights when they would get wore down in the way they fight. Now, Floyd don't punch as much as all those fighters. If you go and look at the stats of like punch stats, Floyd truly Shells is perfect because he can
So,
just rope a dope and put that shoulder
and
up.
that's why
And
he's the GOAT. And that's why he's
right,
the GOAT. He's not the
but he
GOAT
does
because
what, bro?
he's not the GOAT because
Hold
he
on,
got the biggest
hold on,
chest.
hold on, wait. Let me finish. So his style in 4 or 5 fights after is less wear and tear, and it's smarter now to take a Cotto fight.
And that's
I'm
why
not
he's the
saying
GOAT.
he's not smart. I'm not. He is the GOAT, but I'm saying for this argument, when you saying he still fought him though, he still fought him,
Right.
but he also used the element of let me wait till they're less of a fighter. I gotta put that in. He's waiting till they're less of a fighter because of their style made them a less of their fighter in
I
5 fights from.
I
Hold
can't
on,
put my finger on what's less than a fighter
hold on.
because we don't see. I don't see somebody as a football player as they get older or they lose
No,
a
only
step. Hold
boxing.
on, or they lose
Only
a
boxing.
step as less as a point guard because you develop other things that you learn how to do. You get smarter. You know what I'm
Only
saying?
boxing.
Only
Only
boxing.
boxing. Yeah, this don't translate to another sport. This is
Okay,
boxing
so if
because
that's what we have to say, then we have to say Floyd is the GOAT. Because he
yeah,
learned
he
how to
is.
keep himself at optimal. He learned how
Hold
to
on.
keep himself at optimal for the longest and make
Okay,
money. And he was
okay, hold
right.
on.
He's not
No,
trying to have his chest out. Why would he go fight some guys, huh?
in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. So he never fought. Whenever the upcoming cat was at their best, he waited. He waited. So, and think about it. Floyd was at the top, so he wasn't fighting as often. So basically, Floyd is
Nah,
on
don't go with
the, while everybody underneath him is zipping back and forth.
I understand what y'all are saying. I understand what you all are saying. But what I'm saying is this, though. I'm saying because Floyd was able to keep himself up to be able to beat him wherever he beat him at. If they were better than him, if he was just coming out of one fight doing something, living his life and doing something and, managing his life as a boxer and doing something, and he transitioned out of one training regimen going to another, these guys to be considered the GOAT or whatever, or better than him at the sport, they are responsible for doing the same thing too,
Okay.
right?
Let me
I
ask
mean,
you.
I would just say that me, but I'm cool though. They're
Hold on.
responsible for doing the same thing. It's not his fault because they wasn't smart enough. Are you now you saying that he didn't go put his chest in the biggest ring at whatever time? I mean, any opponent gonna find the weaknesses of their opponent, and try to attack it. If they can't keep themselves up and they don't train right, you catch them in the cycle and you beat them up when you win.
Right.
I mean, boxing, organized. Go ahead.
Right. So when the playoffs come,
Right.
number one team get a bye, right? NBA. Number one team get a bye. Right. And then he played the lowest nigga first. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So they go like that. That's Floyd. Instead of going and saying, okay, the playoffs start and I'm number one and I'm going to play number two at the first beginning of the playoffs, Floyd was always the nigga getting a bye week and then starting with number 6 after that for 2 or 3 years. And then wait till number 2 had gone through all the game 7s and shit. And then being like, all right, now I'm ready to play you. And I've only played 5 games. But you played 7.
So you saying all of those guys? No, that don't. Okay.
That's exactly what happened because Floyd, number one, was not fighting as much as the cats underneath him. When you number, let's say when you're 2 and 3, you gotta fight more motherfuckers to keep your shit up to be able to fight number one. So for every one fight Floyd had, the niggas underneath him was having 1 and 2 and 3.
Are you telling me now? Are you telling me like those guys who don't fight no more, they got 4 times as many fights under their belt than Floyd?
I'm not saying that. I didn't say that. No, I said during the period when they were between the period where they were ready to fight Floyd and between the time they got ready to between the time they actually did fight Floyd. Floyd might have Floyd might have had 2 or 3 fights, and he was fighting the number 6 and 7 niggas. So his fights wasn't that hard. And then he'll go fight the nigga who used to be hot. Yeah. So we fought Pacquiao. He didn't fight Pacquiao right away. He fought a bunch of 3s and 4s and 6s. And then 5 years later, then he fought Pacquiao.
He beat him, though. He fought him. He beat him.
Why didn't he fight him in year 1 or 2?
When he was juicing? Did I hit it on the head, though? When he was juicing? You saw what I did, Mike?
Okay, wait. Hey, look. Okay, because that was one of his major things. I remember that. Like, you brought me back. Because Floyd would always say, I ain't going to fight Pacquiao right now because I believe he's juicing.
He was.
But come on, Reg. I mean, like...
They wasn't all juicing. They wasn't all juicing.
Again, look at this guy. He's for his pound for pound. What he did, how he did it, he is a GOAT. Look at this little guy. And look how he did it by himself. It's sort of like what LeBron did.
Oh, yeah. And they both the same. I would call both of them businessmen before professional athletes. But I don't really respect that. That would be the debate. Because they're both businessmen, like you said. Now, what Pacquiao juicing, we don't know. But he always used that as a barometer to say, I'm not going to him now.
Hey, Mike.
You know, that, I don't know. I don't think that, yeah.
You're breaking up.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Yeah, Pacquiao was building the brand and all that.
Go ahead.
I mean,
hey, we're okay. So either way,
that's good stuff right there, Kurt.
Mayweather is a monster. Like I said, the boy, he was a smart boxer. He got skills. He fast as hell. I don't take nothing away from him, other than the fact that, hey, bro. In order for you to get that crown, in order for me to do this and say you that dude, you had to fight them cats.
And that's the old school in you. I understand the old school in you. I understand that. Right. That's the old school. But
you can't duck I'll put like this. Perfect example.
He ain't Sugar Ray. No, he ain't Sugar Ray. He ain't Ali. He's not Tyson. No.
Look. When I used to hoop, right, back in the day, it was this cat. He was older than me. He used to give me the business. I couldn't do shit but take my lumps. Now, if I say right now I'm the best at this part, you're the best at this part, but you keep beating me. But you're a little older than me by 2 years. Okay, cool. Right. Then it just is what it is. You the champ right now. I lose my belt. I'm not the king. You the king of the parts because you beat me. Now, if I wait 3-4 years later and come back and beat him, so be it. Now that I'm up and got my game up. But the fact of the matter is, I could have been like, hey, you know what? No, I'm not going to play that nigga for another couple of years because he's still better than me. That
ain't that situation. That ain't that situation. No, that situation is that situation is
the next best nigga.
Hold on. That situation is that's a part of boxing. It's always been a part of boxing. And I'm not the manager, so the manager is managing it. That's what that is.
Who did Ali duck?
Huh?
Tell me who Ali duck. Nobody.
But Ali had part. Ali was his brain was gone. Roy Jones' brain is gone. Ali brain was gone. Sugar Ray Leonard brain was gone. I can keep going.
So if Floyd's so cold and his defense so good, he should have been able to do that same thing with Pacquiao or the same thing with Canelo. He should have been able to bob and weave and shoulder it then.
On the contrary, you got it.
Look. If he do that with Canelo, then I can be like, man, Mayweather did that shit to everybody. Hell yeah, boy, he the GOAT. But he didn't do that. He ducked him. So I can't say that.
He beat Canelo.
Eventually.
Right.
but watch this. Now, I heard recently, and I'm watching recently now, that Canelo is getting a lot of ink, and Canelo is up there.
Done contest with Jordan when Vince Carter first got to the league. Like, Jordan is old, nigga. Why you going?
Hold on. Did you hear what I just said? I was watching some, and I saw them talking about Canelo as being a contender now.
I lost you, man.
Hey, I'm getting ready to go, but
yeah, we're gonna pick this up. We got to go crazy. We ain't really do the individuals just winning, basically. So if you playing golf and you won, you won. If you playing tennis and you won, you won. If you swimming, you won, you won.
But Reg, I appreciate you, man. That was a good debate. I mean, even though we don't agree, but some of your points, I definitely, I see where you was going, but some of them, when it came to like you said, when it comes to the criteria of boxing, he was smart. He definitely was smart. But and the things you were saying about the old, like said, Sugar Ray Leonard, he got his eyes, his retina damn near attached. Ali fought until he got stupefied. But the ducking and the debate can still be the debate because you're gonna have that one side that said they honor those fighters. They honor those fighters that left it all in the ring. And Floyd is the greatest and was the greatest, but he also had a good business acumen. That's
good.
Floyd,
so
Canelo's still fighting now. Canelo's still fighting. He's still winning. You know that's right. Canelo's still fighting. He's still winning.
Right.
So when Floyd fought him, how many years ago?
About 5 years ago, I think.
So you saying he ducked him for the first 2 or 3, then he fought him and beat him, and this guy's still winning now and contending. So he fought him at a great time.
But the game ain't that good no more either.
Oh my God, thank you. I was just going to say that. I was saying, you want to be honest about the boxing game right now?
The game is
I can go with that, but he ain't that far off in 4 years since Mayweather fought him. I mean, if he declined that much before Mayweather fought him, and you saying he ducked him, and we still 5 years later he's still winning, and okay, mind you that boxing has fell off, but he's still winning, and they giving him big props.
Well, that matters though. But that matters when you say boxing fell off.
Mayweather fought him when he was prime.
But that matters
now.
No, that matters, man. You can't, but you kind of put that to the side when you said when boxing fell off. You kind of put that very low. That matters.
No.
Really matters.
What I'm saying is that it matters that he's still winning. He's still competing. They still giving him a lot of ink, even though boxing fell off. And hold on. You said he fought him when he was tired, and the guy's still winning, and so now we can look at 8 years instead of just the 4 years when you said he was ducking him at first. He was saying he ain't ready. The kid ain't ready, and he beat him when he was ready.
But have you seen Canelo fight? His fight's not like the fights of old. He's winning, but he's winning on decision. Canelo was a knockout artist, but even though he's fighting at a lower at the way boxing is now, it's at a lower state, and he's still fighting, but he's also more. He's fighting fighting and he's not winning like he used to win. And some of the wins, I wouldn't say that he won. So it's you know what? It's a sweet science. And like I said, I mean, it's more nuanced, but like I do give you that he's still fighting, but he is the old guy that you said.
So
it's like saying he fighting now. He used to fight in the varsity league but now he fighting in the JV league and he dominating. Yeah, nigga, you fighting JV niggas. Ain't no boys no more. Ain't no more Mosleys and all the rest of them niggas. They gone. These new niggas, everybody now. Everybody taking their time to UFC. So boxing
and it's Tank division. It's Tank and Haney. It's about 2 weights under that now. That's where like the actual competition, like if you want to say, so where Floyd and them fought at, it's kind of been gutted. But now if you go about 1 or 2 steps down, now you're getting back into elite fighting.
That makes sense. Floyd started fighting before him. Floyd, what? Just 2 years out of still dominating. This guy's not dominating. How did he wear out and come to this place way before Floyd and never dominated? And you saying he would have beat Floyd? I don't get it.
No, I would say when he fought him. No, I wouldn't say he would have beat Floyd. He just dusted. Because I don't know, but he just dusted.
Like the whole perfect body. I don't like Floyd. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't do none of that. You know, they was like the boxers didn't do that shit. Boxers used to smoke and drink, all kinds of shit.
I'm a boxer, and if I earn that title, I'm not letting nobody say no. I'm gonna put it in order where I need to be for my life and how I'm going, and you know how I'm going and how I'm taking care of myself and what I'm doing. Now, if I'm forced to do certain things, and we still got the Don Kings, and we still got a lot of hype and a lot of twists and turns that they put on it and stuff like that. It's good for talk. It's good for conversation. But Floyd is the GOAT. Floyd is actually the GOAT of, Floyd is he's not the bruiser baller, gonna do this and, I'll beat you. But like over boxing overall, Floyd. You got to give it to him. Look at the paper he made. Look at his record. Look how he other than saying he ducked. Hold
on. You can't talk money because think about it. If we had been able to see an Ali fight back in the day on pay-per-view, if my parents had been able to get, they would have done it. So you get extra money with it because money ain't even the same. Niggas used to have extra jobs in the 80s.
And he's his own promoter. It's not many boxers that their own promoter. He became his own promoter and he started to get promoted. He's a good businessman. He gets promoter money and he gets the purse. So his money is.
I just think you got to add that to go. I think you got to add in boxing and just being your own individual and managing yourself. And you got to even add that to him being the GOAT. You have to add that to him being the GOAT. Him leaving his father pedigree, him leaving his father and saying, I'm doing my own thing. You have to add that to it.
Okay. I'm going to just tell you this. Money don't mean shit in no sport. And I'll tell you why. During the time when Jordan was in the league, Hot Rod Williams was the highest paid player in the league. Hot Rod Williams from the Cleveland Cavaliers, who has never been in the top 20 of anything, was the highest paid player in the league.
I remember.
During the Jordan era. So that tells you like money don't mean shit.
No, but I'm just saying, like, for Floyd to leave his father, had a few, and still consistently do what he do, how he did it. How you not call
that to me that don't mean nothing.
He was managing himself.
Look, none of that mean nothing. All that counts when it comes to sports is what you do in the ring. Just like LeBron. Look.
So. Wait. Wait. I gotta stop y'all because we gotta almost end it. We got a minute. We gotta wrap this up, man. This shit was great because he was gonna put LeBron and I was gonna get triggered again because you know how I feel about LeBron. But yeah, we gotta shelf this. But definitely, man, this was great.
Good stuff, Kurt. Man, appreciate it.
And so I'm just gonna end it here. But before we go, man, anybody got some last minute? We're gonna pick this up on Wednesday. Next show is Wednesday at 7 p.m. But anybody got some last parting words though?
No, I have nothing to say, but I enjoyed this conversation. I enjoy kicking the bobos with the fellas, right?
So
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
Kicking the bobos.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
we're gonna do it smoother and
What's up?
smoother for sure.
So, man, I'm gonna say,
I like
man,
how it naturally kind of flowed. It kind of flowed kind of naturally, like regular conversation.
oh yeah, we're gonna get better and better, and just for everybody listening and for the future listeners, we're gonna get the sound quality better. We're investing in like better equipment going forward. This is already our fourth episode. So for anybody that had problem with the sound audio, I'm gonna be feeding it all through one feed, so it'll be coming through more clearly. And yeah, so all I gotta say, man, PNC Show episode 104. It was a real good one. We didn't get to all our topics yet, but it was a real good debate, especially on this last one. And we out. All right, see you guys
Peace.
later.
Peace.
All right, Kirk, I'm out of here. It was good,
All right,
man.
man.